baggage. Baggage is an insane dating show hosted by my king, Jerry Springer, where one person gets 3 contestants to choose from of their preferred gender to date, and they reveal secrets or quirks about themselves, and the person gets to pick out of the 3 contestants who they want to pursue in a relationship based on their baggage. Now, this show concept sounds a little shallow and maybe even a little inappropriate, and that is because it is. But also, it is one of my favorite game shows of all time. A childhood friend and I grew up watching this show over and over and over while eating Wingstop, and it was so fucking lit. I would talk about baggage, but I feel like it's gotten so much coverage, I don't think there's anything else left to say. But no one has spoken about the fact that they made a spin-off series. Have they? I actually didn't even look it up. I really hope no one spoke about it. And if they did, don't tell me. Tell me I am the originator of this talking point, please. I'd really appreciate that, everyone. What do you think it's called? It's called Baggage on the Road. And it's basically like Baggage, but it's on the road. I used the Wayback Machine to go back to the old website to see what it was looking like, what was happening on the website while it was still popping on GSN. And here's an official description. Baggage on the Road is a half-hour comedic dating game show where one contestant chooses from 3 potential partners, all who come with their own quirky, annoying, and sometimes truly shocking fissional. Whoa, fissional. Add that to the dictionary. Physical and emotional baggage that could eliminate them from the competition. With Jerry Springer guiding the fun, contestants will be required to reveal the various intimate secrets and hidden flaws housed inside literal suitcases that typically aren't revealed on the first date. Eventually, only one suitor will win a date with the contestant, as long as that person can also I'm hurting, guys. This font is absolutely a nightmare to read right now. As long as that person can also accept the contestant's baggage and the final role reversal round. So basically, they just travel to different cities. No! So basically, they just travel to different cities to film the show, but it's pretty much the exact same. It came out in 2015, just 5 years after Baggage, the original show, first aired. Baggage on the Road only has 1 season, and it is 20 episodes long. So everybody decided to I can't stop choking up on my words. It's crazy. And I think it's because I had an Alani, but it's hurting me so bad. Okay. Now, I'm gonna be honest, Baggage is known to enforce some strange stereotypes and make assumptions on people based on their past, which is not ideal. So I'm hoping, since it has been about 4 years since the last episode of Baggage aired, that Baggage on the Road started. I hope this timeline is making sense to you. Baggage stopped airing in 2011 and Baggage on the Air started airing in 2015. So they've had 4 years to kind of modernize their views. And get this, Baggage on the Road actually has a higher rating on IMDb than the original Baggage show. This could mean good things. So I picked out a couple of episodes that I enjoyed and I feel like would give a good idea, a good grasp of how the show is. And you and I can decide if Baggage on the Road is goodness gracious or if it's poopy stinky from a butt. So the first episode I wanted to cover is called Equal Opportunity Dater, which alludes directly to the fact that, guys, she might be into both men and women. This is pretty huge. And I'm not gonna lie, I think that this is a Baggage first, having a WLW relationship, or at least a prospect of one. And best of all, this episode is based in Austin, Texas. Apparently, each city gets 5 episodes, and there is 20 episodes, so there's 4 cities. So there's Austin, there's Baton Rouge, 5 in Tampa, and then there's 5 at UConn. I don't know what UConn is, like University of Connecticut. Why wouldn't they just like say what city it is? I kind of like the idea of them doing it at a college campus and setting up people who like go to school together that like don't know that each other existed. Neither of the episodes I picked out were from the school, so. So the woman looking for love in this episode is named Chelsea. She's a nurse, she likes to play tennis, but all I could think about during her intro was how monotone she sounds.
One of my passions is cooking. I love it, I'm pretty good at it, and I promise you won't get food poisoning.
My passion is cooking.
I also really love to play tennis.
I love tennis. It's so fun. The show runs pretty much the same as regular baggage, where each contestant has their introductory video, and then they come out and then they reveal their first piece of baggage. The first option for Chelsea to pick is Will.
What's up, y'all? I'm Will.
And the first thing he tells us is that he takes 2 baths a day. Okay, why is that the first thing that you're telling me? He's also a track coach.
It's time for practice.
A freestyle rapper.
Beauty my type, I'm trying to date her. I don't hunt, I'd rather bait her. My name Will Fitz. Remember it so you can say it later.
That was really good. My name Will Fitz. Remember it now so you could say it later. Rapping King.
A hip hop.
Yeah, I wrote a little something in the back in the dressing room.
Oh, can we hear it?
I'm Will Fitz on dating game. More baggage than a crowded plane. Right here in front of Jerry Springer. Looking for a girl to put shiny rock right here on her finger.
His rapping is literally crazy. It took him like 3 lines to rhyme with the first line that he even said. And I also think that there was a cut there. So like he was like messed up and then they just like pasted it together.
More baggage than a crowded plane. Right here in front of Jerry.
But I saw that shit. And also, why is he rapping with his name in it? I love restaurant menus because I'm from Jacksonville and I like to order mashed potatoes. So yummy. And I could travel the globe just to be next to you. I'm Will Fitz. Spot the difference challenge. How much did that sound like him? Comment down below and I'm trying to figure it out. And his first piece of baggage is that he always wears a fanny pack. And to be honest, I don't think it's that big of a deal. But the fact that Chelsea's reaction was immediately disgust is actually ridiculous.
Yeah, what about that?
It's, unfashionable.
What do you mean that's a bad thing? And who cares? Who gives a shit if he's unfashionable to you? Honestly, I think that he's probably the best dressed there right now and probably the best dressed throughout the entire episode. Obviously, you've never seen those little Lululemon bags that everyone's wearing nowadays because now everybody's wearing a Lululemon fanny pack. And you know what, Chelsea, I bet you're probably wearing one now. Not to mention, he gave pretty valid reasoning why he does wear fanny packs. It's because he wears tight pants and there's no room to put stuff in the pockets.
I'm usually wearing tight pants, so don't have much room for anything else besides,
And he tried to be a little bit cheeky and be like, it's also because all my pants can hold is my big fat booty. I don't think his butt was big enough to make that joke, but his heart was in the right place and I can appreciate that. The next contestant is Sohan.
My name's Sohan.
And he imports tea from China. I don't want to sound evil immediately, but I am immediately getting, I don't want to throw shade. I'm not trying to start beef with Sohan, but I am already immediately getting vibes that he is like a fuck boy and a master manipulator. I don't know if it's just the vibes radiating off of him or if it's that little slutty ponytail on the back of his head.
Where did you get the idea to bring tea from China?
It kind of happened. I was living there. I was working there. Turns out it's really difficult to import things from China, especially teas.
Imagine how hard it is in 2025, Sohan.
Very attractive. Hopefully he likes taller women.
Very attractive. Girl could not give less of a
Please open your smallest bag. I refuse to wear deodorant.
reaction to. I can't. His first piece of baggage is that he refuses to wear deodorant. I actually can't with that. I'm gonna be honest, I feel like a lot of people went through a rebellious phase in their life where they're like, I'm not showering, I'm not taking care of myself, I haven't even hit puberty yet. But there's a point where you realize, you know what, maybe I do kind of stink a little bit and maybe I am experiencing puberty. This is like whenever you're like 12, 13. But the thing is you grow out of that phase. And then you start taking care of yourself. I guess he never really outgrew that. I'm sorry, there's just no excuse for not wearing deodorant. That's nasty. Now, as a 21-year-old adult, if I went out not wearing deodorant, I would put on an extra sweater and I would not even lift my arms from my body because I'd be too afraid that other people could smell my body odor. It's just out of respect for other people's nose hairs. I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe because he drinks so much tea, it like detoxes his body and he doesn't actually smell bad. But guys, he literally showed a whole montage of him working out. There's no way he doesn't smell bad. His explanation for not wearing deodorant is that, people actually like my pheromones and if you don't like the way I smell, then scientifically, we probably wouldn't be good friends or be good partners regardless. What?
I find that people who I'm going to be in close contact with like the way I smell. Pheromonal compatibility is a huge part of attraction. So if you don't like the way someone smells, then you're probably not going to get along very well with them.
Pheromones are a very real thing. I actually have to be attracted to somebody's scent in order for me to be with them. Like, bottom line, that is like one of the top 3 things that are most important for me in a relationship. But I think that you can be attracted to somebody's smell, but also if they have body odor or if they just stink ever, like, they aren't mutually exclusive. Like, oh, you're either attracted to someone's scent or you're not, but like you could be attracted to somebody's scent and then they could still like not shower and smell like shit, right? If you smell good on a regular basis and then one day you smell like rotten apples, I'm gonna be like, okay, just go shower, and then I will think that you smell fine after. And the last contestant,
I'm not a dude,
is Kelly! Yes, a woman. I love her already. She has 2 kids, she's a teacher, she's a comedian. I literally love her. I hope she wins.
My producers told me Kelly's a woman.
Yeah?
Is this going to be an issue?
no,
No.
yeah.
Wait, I'm so confused. Is there a universe where they would just bring someone out and then they're like, oh no, I'm not okay with that. I only date men. And then they're just like, oh, okay, Kelly, you gotta go. And they just don't bring somebody out to replace them. And they're like, okay, it's between Will and Sohan now. I don't know why they had to include that bit. Like, oh my God, my producers just told me. I literally just found out that there's a woman in here. And coincidentally, you guys are both bisexual? This is crazy. And Kelly's smallest baggage is that she sleeps with a lethal weapon underneath of her bed.
I sleep with a lethal weapon by my bed? Yeah.
And I'm gonna be honest, I don't know how to feel about that personally because, well, she's a single mother. She probably just lives with her kids. You never know what could happen. There could be an intruder, robbery, naughty people breaking into your house, and you just want to have something to protect yourself just in case. But at the same time, I'm the clumsiest person in the world. I could hurt myself with a pillow on accident. I am just afraid that I would accidentally hurt myself with my own weapon, right? Because like even whenever I carry my taser in my bag, I get so scared that it's accidentally gonna be triggered by something else in my purse. Like my wallet's gonna like turn on the on button and I'm gonna get electrically zapped until I die because of my purse.
They're all a little weird, but I think they're workable.
There's nothing here that's a deal breaker.
No, nothing's a deal breaker.
Well, great.
The deodorant is absolutely a deal breaker. I think ask anyone, the deodorant is a deal breaker. After the introductions, there is no elimination. The eliminations start at the second round, which is a blind elimination. So there's 3 different cases and they each have a good secret and a bad secret. And she gets to pick which one is a deal breaker, but she doesn't get to know whose baggage it is. But before we get into the elimination, we get a little teaser for what Chelsea's baggage could be. So the options are: A, is she over $100,000 in debt? B, does she have a huge taxidermy collection? Or C, she's a dominatrix looking for her next plaything. Now I'm gonna put my money on number 1 because she's a nurse and I'm 1000% certain that nursing school costs a buttload of money. So it wouldn't surprise me if she was like super in debt. But you guys comment what you think. Okay, let's hop into the elimination. So the first baggage says,
I'm a published author.
awesome, cool, gorgeous.
I'm addicted to cougars.
But the naughty half is that they have an addiction to cougars. I'm not mad about it. But the only downside to that is that she is not a cougar. She's probably like 27, so she doesn't really fit into the age bracket for that. So I can understand why that would be a red flag, because then you'd be like never feeling enough for the person. Does that make sense? Because you're like, okay, well, I'm just never gonna be the age that you want me to be. The next case is that they are an anger management instructor, and their naughty secret is that they have an ex that has an arsenal of guns that is overprotective. And the last case is that they are fluent in 3 languages. Beautiful. That is gorgeous. I already know this is probably Sohan, since his job is literally international exports. He definitely has to be fluent in multiple languages in order to do imports like that. So let's see what his naughty secret is.
Instead of breaking up with girls, I just leave town?
That's no good.
Of course. And the thing is about that is that the first two bad secrets were they're addicted to cougars and that they have a crazy ex. But the thing is about those two is I feel like those are two things that are out of their control. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can't control who you're attracted to, and you also can't control the fact that your ex is crazy, right? You can control whether you're going to break up with someone or not. So I feel like the logical choice here is to break up with somebody who is making a conscious decision instead of being honest and mature and just breaking up with someone whenever they don't want to be in a relationship anymore. I feel like that's the only logical choice here. The way I'm talking about this, like, I already know that it's Sohan is hilarious, but
instead of just breaking up, you leave. Like, that's definitely poor manners.
That's definitely poor manners.
Which bag is too much for you to handle?
Jerry, I think that the overprotective ex having a huge gun collection is too much to handle.
Huh? I feel like that is the one that's like the most out of their control. I mean, I get it, like, out of fear. Like, I don't like guns either, so I'd be scared that, like, you know, that they might get me. But the ponytail. Chelsea, please. They go to claim their baggage. Okay, course! She eliminates Kelly first. And it's hurting me. I'm suffering. We could have had something great. She even made a little joke, a little lesbian joke at the end.
Kelly, but it is time to pack up and go.
Let's be honest. It would have been good.
It would have.
Guys, we need Kelly back. She deserves a chance with Chelsea. Let's be honest. Ah! Dude, Chelsea's face after she left is so regretful. I would be feeling regretful too. And the thing is that she literally has to pick Will now. Because if she picks stinky town skipping Sohan with a little ponytail, I'm gonna be so mad. I'm getting way too invested in this. I don't care. So their explanation for their baggage is
Travel is very important to me. If the need to travel comes up, I'm just gonna do it. And I don't always have time to tie up all my loose ends.
Sohan says that he just loves to travel and he doesn't always have time to tie up his loose ends. That is the cheapest excuse I've ever heard in my entire life. I literally don't even want to talk about it anymore. And Will's explanation is that he likes women that are easy, bro.
Yeah, I prefer older women most of the time because they're usually on the hunt, and I don't like working for it too hard.
I feel like he kind of could have said anything else and it wouldn't have sounded as douchey. He could have just said, I've dated older women in the past and I really like it. But instead he had to say the most nasty, heinous thing. I like women that want it so bad that they will just give it to me. Will, you were so close. You were so close. And the most important time of all is the biggest piece of baggage. And the first to reveal his biggest secret is Will.
I tattooed a girl's name on my arm before she agreed to go on a date.
And I'm not gonna lie, his explanation was kind of weird sounding. He said that it was like an expression of love.
Did you get it covered up, at least?
No, I got a couple more.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just like a collage of girls' names.
Yeah, it's one of my expressions of love.
And instead of getting the tattoo covered up like a normal person would, he just started adding the list of every girl that he's ever gone on a date with, I guess, because he's prideful. Like, why wouldn't you just get it covered up? It's kind of funny that he just doubled down and started doing that. And I'm curious if it's like this whole mural right here, because that would mean that it's like a million girls that he went on a date with. There are so many names that it just looks like a cluster. I love it. And I don't even want to see Sohan's right now. I know it's about to be the most heinous shit I've ever seen in my entire life.
I love dressing up as Santa in the bedroom.
Oh. That is like the least worst thing I've ever seen. Dude, the biggest baggage is they usually put like the most creepy, nasty, disgusting stuff. That's barely anything. You know what, Sohan? I'm sorry for judging you so hard. I think it's just the ponytail. Now, before she gets to express her opinion on any of their baggage, they're gonna pitch themselves to Chelsea being like, this is why you should pick me and you shouldn't pick Will. This is why you should pick me and not Sohan. Will seriously has this in the bag. All he has to say is that he doesn't stink like shit and he will get picked immediately.
Well, we can work out together. I'll cook for you. Put your cell phone in my fanny pack, you know, if you need help carrying it.
I am fun and I am authentic. Sohan's Chinese for one who keeps it real.
Sohan keeps it real, he said. So real, he refuses to wear deodorant. So she asks her friends that are sitting in the audience what they think, and they literally give the least helpful information in the world.
I like Sohan, but I don't want him to leave her, so I think Will be a better choice.
I'm actually gonna have to disagree a little bit. I think Sohan is great. He's intelligent, and I mean, come on, who doesn't want Santa in the bedroom?
I think you should pick Sohan. I think you should pick Will. Oh, okay. Now what do I do? That literally did not help her at all. So she goes through both options a little. Will seems a little bit impulsive with getting the girls' names tattooed on his arm. And Sohan is stinky and skips town. And she chooses...
I'm sorry, Sohan, you just have too much baggage.
Yeah, let's go, Will! But no, don't get so excited. They're not together yet. Now, Will has to decide if Chelsea's baggage is too much to handle or nah. So make sure you lock in your answers from earlier. Do you think it's A, $100,000 in debt? Do you think it's B, taxidermy collection? Do you think it's C, dominatrix challenge? If you haven't commented it yet, comment it now.
So there you got it. Which would concern you the most?
Whoa, wait, go back a minute.
So there you got it.
So Jerry asks Will, which one would be the deal breaker for you? And Will says,
Probably the taxidermy, because I don't really understand that one. And if we're doing our thing, to have the dead animals just looking at us is kind of...
I don't want a dead squirrel watching us while we get freaky. I don't think in any universe Chelsea would have a plethora of animal heads on her wall just like watching. I think if people have a taxidermy collection, they'd have like a space for it, not just like all over their room. I don't know because I've never met anybody who's into taxidermy, but that's just what I think would happen.
Oh, I'm a dominatrix looking for my next play.
I was not expecting that. Damn, Chelsea, good for you. And I'm not gonna lie, I feel like this is probably the best option for Will because he likes older women. And I feel like dominatrix kind of fits into that, right? Because she's like bossy. And I feel like that's kind of like the cougar thing to be like telling the boy what to do. I feel like he's into being dominated. Like, is that a fair assessment?
Chelsea, I do accept your baggage.
Whoa, congratulations.
Ooh, he want that cookie. Y'all are freaky deaky. Now, I feel like that episode was a lot like the regular Baggage show, especially because of the set. It literally looks exactly like how Baggage looks back in LA. It was tweaked in some ways. It seemed like it was a little bit more faster paced. I know they called it like a half-hour special, but it was only 20 minutes long. But since I'm also from Texas, I feel like I'm not on the road yet. So let's go to Tampa, Florida to see how they do things there. And since we know what to expect, let's just hop right in. So this episode's single is Patrick.
My name is Patrick. I'm all about being spontaneous and having a great time. I love to travel, been to over 17 countries.
And his beard literally looks like it's drawn on with a colored pencil. Now, I don't even know if that's a compliment or a diss. I don't care to find out either.
Sydney.
Huh?
Sydney.
Why is he saying my name?
Sydney.
Huh? And the set here is so cute. I love it. Patrick seems like a pretty nice guy, but the spiky hair and the outfit are so Jersey Shore 2015. So his first option for a romantic partner is a girl named Lars. She competes in triathlons because her mom survived breast cancer, so it gives her the strength to do that, I guess, which is really wholesome. And she's really cute too. So I'm kind of rooting for her right now. And she kind of looks like Gwen Stefani. Like that smile is so Gwen Stefani. And her piece of baggage is that she spray tans her entire body.
I don't really think it's a huge issue.
Again, like who cares? Spray tan is like, who cares about that? Especially since they're like in Florida. And her explanation is great.
Well, we live here in beautiful Tampa and I don't want the damage from the UV rays. So I do like to spray tan.
She's like, I don't want to get skin cancer. Especially since like she has an experience in her family with like getting cancer. And I'm happy that Patrick doesn't care either.
It does show that she does take care of herself and cares about her appearance, so I don't really find it too much of an issue to me.
Now the next girl is Krista. I think she's honestly really cute too. She's a writer, so she's smart.
Again, she's very beautiful.
Nice. How can you go wrong?
You can't at all.
Hey, Krista, very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you guys as well. Nice, Patrick. Look good.
Thank you very much.
Very
Guess
nice,
we have
huh?
some in common.
Keep it going. I can't. The like small talk flirting whenever they first meet, it's so awkward. And that's why I'm trying to figure out, like, is this shit scripted or not? Like, I don't know, because this is so awkward that it feels like it can't be scripted. You can't script this kind of awkward tension. It's lethal. I could die probably. And her baggage is that she still plays with her Barbies. She collects them, and I think that's pretty cool. I feel like adults collecting dolls is really unique, a unique hobby. The fact that he's judging her kind of pissed me off, but whatever. And her explanation literally is that she likes to collect them, but she only plays with them whenever kids come over. So, I mean, like, there's nothing really to judge. It's just like she has a hobby, and she only plays with them whenever there's kids there. So
Throw the kids in there, it doesn't sound as bad.
There you go.
like whenever I'm with kids, which I never am because I don't really like kids, but whenever I am, like, I'll play with your Transformers. Like, it's not a part of my character though, because I'm playing with Transformers because the kid wanted me to. My first baggage is, what is my first baggage? I don't know. The last girl is Casey, and I think she is probably the cutest cat I've ever seen in my entire life. At first I thought it was a Siamese, but she said it was a Himalayan. Her cat is a Himalayan salt lamp. She was in color guard, and she said it was whenever she was a freshman, like a freshman in high school, a freshman in college. Either way, why is that relevant right now? Her baggage is that she's obsessed with picking scabs.
It's a little weird, you know, I care about my body and my health, and I'd want a girl I'm with to do the same, so.
That is such a funny thing to say out loud. I've never heard anybody say that out loud. And I'm not gonna lie, I hate it whenever people pick their scabs. I think it is so obnoxious because it's like, just let that shit heal. Just let it heal. Because you know that it's gonna scar over and be ugly. Her explanation is that she doesn't like the feeling of it being rough. And I can get that, like sensory issues, especially since it like catches on clothes sometimes. So I get it. Also, I can't lie, it is kind of fun to just like, let me just shut up. At the same time, I still feel like he was put off the most by the Barbies. So now we get revealed what his baggage could possibly be. So again, we got A, do you think that he has 3 different children with 3 different baby mamas? Do you think it's B, he is a laxative test subject? That one's pretty rough. Or do you think it's C, that he prefers to bang girls' feet? Okay, you guys, place your bets. I'm placing my bet on B because he looks like the type. Is that rude? He looks like the type that would try laxatives. Okay, so now we're into the blind elimination. The girls aren't there, so we have no idea whose cases these are. So for the first case, she is a nationally recognized dancer, and that she also runs a background check on everyone that she dates, which I don't think is a bad thing. But to be fair, it's not always the most reasonable or fair to judge people based on their past. Like if you're just looking to see like how old they are or like what their real last name is or who they follow and stuff, like I would get that. But if you're looking up like who they used to date or where they live, that's a little bit a lot. You probably shouldn't do that. The next piece of baggage is that she volunteers at an elementary school. That is great. She also sold her ex-boyfriend's stuff to get revenge on him. I don't see it as revenge unless they're literally actively looking for it. Otherwise, I am a maniacal revenge getter because Goodwill has seen a lot of donations from me. And the final piece of baggage is that they received the National Award for public speaking, which is such a vague flex. Like, what is it? What is the context of that? Like speaking at a meeting, speaking politically? Like I need to know what is the speaking that we're doing. The bad piece of baggage is that she sucks at slappy toppy and she does not give a yes, girl. Own it. Own it.
Sucking at oral sex could be a problem.
Yeah.
Oh, he hates that. He wants that Gluck Gluck 9000. What a brat.
No, it's real tough for me, Jerry, but I'm gonna have to go with I suck at oral sex and I don't care.
Oh my god, and that's the one that he didn't want. I probably would have picked that one too. Women dominating male fields challenge.
Oh my.
So after their explanations, I feel like the 2 last girls are on a pretty even playing field.
You sold your ex-boyfriend stuff for revenge.
I did.
It's kind of messed up she did that.
Okay.
Even though he seems like he doesn't like Casey's answers that much, he definitely thinks that she's hot, so I don't think he cares. I could tell just by reading his body language that he thinks that she's hot. But I think that Lars has had better answers overall.
You run an extensive background check on everyone you date.
Once I'm ready to be in a serious relationship, I want to make sure they are who they say they are.
Lars is so funny, the way that she just stands and poses. Let's get ready for that final piece of baggage. Let's freaking go, baby. So Lars's final baggage is that her ex spends the night at her house on a routine basis. Lars, honey. Honey, no, honey. My first thought was like, okay, maybe they have a kid together or something. Because her explanation started off with, well, me and my ex adopted. I'm like, okay, well, they adopted children. But no, they adopted 2 dogs.
My ex and I did adopt 2 adorable puggles while we were together. When I travel and go out of town, he does come and watch them.
How about each of you just take 1 dog and call it a day? Literally break it even and go. But like 2 dogs, no, I don't feel like that's an excuse. Like you don't know anybody else who could watch the dogs. Nah, bruh. And Casey's last piece of baggage is that she spent over $20,000 on cosmetic procedures, and I don't care. Like, who cares? If she feels hotter, then who cares? Because if he cares, he's a liar.
I like a natural woman, a woman that's obviously cares about her appearance, but not to that extent.
He's the type to say that Kim Kardashian is a natural beauty and she doesn't wear makeup. Like, now the girls get to pitch themselves to Patrick. Lars starts off her pitch by like burping. I don't know what that was.
Patrick, I recommend you choose me because I'm an intelligent, curious woman.
And I like that she didn't drag Casey. I like that she just was speaking highly of herself and saying all the fun things that they could do together. And Casey does kind of drag Lars. She's like,
Patrick, you should choose me because I love to travel. I want to see the world. I might sell your things, but I definitely won't invade your privacy.
But like Casey's whole pitch was like, yeah, like you could take me places. Like I'd like to travel. That's all.
Fellas, I need some advice. Feed it to me.
Casey, I feel like her positives heavily outweigh her baggage.
I also agree, and I'm gonna go with Casey too, because it's apparent that she keeps up her figure. I mean, she has astonishing curves.
Of course, because they're both boys, and they're gonna pick the girl that they think is hotter. And she has the dark hair, blue eyes, Megan Fox moment.
I think to come down, Lars, I think you have too much baggage for me.
And Lars was so sad whenever he picked her because she didn't even say anything. In every other baggage episode, they always have a little quip thing to say like, oh, like you could have had me, da-da-da-da-da.
That's unfortunate. I guess I won't be stuffing your stocking this Christmas.
She just left and did not say a word. She's heartbroken. Maybe she was embarrassed after that little burp she did.
Because I'm an intelligent.
I don't know, but I want to bring her back. Now we're on to Patrick's biggest baggage, you guys. So I hope you all placed your bets in the comments. I'm not repeating them. Money should be on the line here. I'm betting that he does laxatives. Remember that? And Casey explains which 2 baggage would be deal breakers for her, which is the foot one and the baby mama one. And I kind of get that. I feel like all 3 of them are really bad baggage options. Okay, let's see what's in his case.
Oh, no!
And I do love women's feet. It's just something that's, but I'm willing to drop bad habits for, you know, a special someone.
There you go. Well,
This is really hard. You seem like a really nice guy, and you're definitely attractive. Feet are just weird. I don't like feet. They really creep me out. I'm sorry, Patrick, I can't accept your baggage.
I was not expecting that. I could kind of tell that it was going to be that one because whenever she was dissing it before,
I just don't like feet. Feet are gross, feet are weird.
the face he was making seemed kind of guilty, but I feel bad because he literally was like, oh, like I'm willing to change it for you. Like you shouldn't have to change yourself, man. Just find somebody else who is into the same stuff as you. I feel a little bad, but not that bad. It's probably for the best so that they can both be with people that, you know, have stuff in common with them. But the episode just ends there. What a shame. Those are all the episodes we're gonna watch. I think Baggage on the Road is honestly a really cool concept to keep the series alive, and also a good way to increase the viewership. You know, people that aren't only in LA can participate in the Baggage show. I am very happy that they decided to make this a series because now I have more Baggage to watch, because I literally didn't even know that this existed before. These are the first times that I've even watched these episodes. And I mean, it was 2015, so people were definitely still weird about plastic surgery and stuff. I don't know, it just like was a thing in 2015 that everyone was obsessed with who was getting plastic surgery and who wasn't. And honestly, to this day, some people still talk about it, but like, who cares? I don't care. You don't care. Let's not care. And the thing is Patrick didn't even notice before she told him that she was into that stuff. So like, he probably doesn't care either. But anyways, I think I would rate Baggage on the Road a solid 7.5 out of 10. Not sure what scale I'm rating it on, but the rating persists. And let me know in the comments, did your guys' bets hit? Are you guys making money from all the bets that you made in the comments? Mine clearly didn't. I made $0 from my bets because I lost both of them. Both of them. But regardless, I enjoyed watching it with you for the first time, especially since I haven't seen Baggage in so long. It's probably been over 10 years since I watched Baggage last. It was just the refresher I needed with a cool spin on the series that I used to watch. Okay, I hope you guys have a great day, and I love you. Bye! You know what? I know why my last video got taken down. It's because I didn't eat the microphone. That's what it was. It's karma.